Peace and love. So, in this video, we'll be doing a connection with three energies, and we've done this kind of video before, and what we'll be calling the video is the Godly Trio. And what we'll be doing, we'll be connecting with three energies, and these three energies, what they will do is they will each take a point of the triangle representing mind, body, spirit. But this triangle that I see energetically within me is a triangle of somebody takes the position of the body, somebody takes the position of the mental space, and then somebody takes the position of like the neurons and the cells that kind of make everything work. And then the three energies place their hand in the middle of the triangle and put in their collective message, and then I voice that. But sometimes they give individual messages as well. Now, the three energies that we have present today, we have Master Jesus, and we've pulled these energies from the Kaya Grey Oracle deck. And so we have Master Jesus, and this card says forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. We then have Melchizedek, which says higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And then we have Radha, soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Okay. So, just bear me 1 moment. I'm just going to put in some earphones just to make sure that you can hear me clearly. A moment ago, before I turned on the camera, this card, Master Jesus, I was feeling guidance and messages coming through. And what was coming through, the card was saying, he was saying that, well, basically what happened was, as I was looking at the card, I saw something move on the camera. It wasn't recording, but I could see the screen of the camera, what was on it, and something moved on it. Then I looked up, and what he said to me was, it's time for us to go beyond what our physical eyes see. It's time for us to broaden our perceptions. And then a moment ago, I just got up to get something to come sit back down, and I heard Bob Marley's song, one of his songs, and the lines, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery." And what I got from that was that we need to go beyond the limits that we have put on ourselves when it comes to what we can do as human beings and what we can do as physical beings. We need to go beyond and have more trust and have more faith in, I want to say, spirituality and energy and the energetic world. Hey, peace and love. So I just remembered a message that I forgot to put in the video. Before I sat down to film, I was being shown, well, the burning bush. I don't even know if the burning bush is actually, oh yeah, it is, I think, in the Bible. But anyway, I've been shown the burning bush, and it was coming through Jesus, but what I was feeling was that it wasn't him, and I was getting the name Moses, but I'm not like a biblical scholar or anything like that, but I just was getting the sense that it was Moses. So I just double checked, and I typed in on the internet the burning bush,
and it said it was Moses, and but that's not the important part. The message that was coming through, it was saying, don't you think that Moses didn't have to what go beyond his physical senses in that moment? Don't you think he had to tap into another level of feeling, another depth of feeling in the moment to really feel the authenticity of what was happening? And then energy was making me aware that you don't have to think of it happening in terms of the bush was speaking with a physical mouth, but think of it more energetically in terms of telepathic communication, or combining of one's auric field, if that makes sense. Like right now, I think I've seen a similar image on Instagram before, of like Moses or just a person stood a close to the tree, and both of their auric fields are merging and becoming one, and it's almost like when that happens, there's no need for really physical words. It's just a feeling that's tapping into another level of feeling. Sorry, but I just thought that that um, imagery of the burning bush and that analogy was important and significant. So yeah, peace and love.
Now, I'm being drawn to a video that I put out 2 days ago, January 2021, with myself and Gaia, or with Gaia and Naphtali, it's called, I believe. And in that video, I channel Gaia comes forward and gives a message, and she says through me to place that you have infinite blessings always in your right hand, that all you have to do is place your right hand out and put your left hand on your heart space, on your heart center, and you will receive the light code straight from the palm of your hand into your heart center. Now, with this is this is coming. This is literally the image that I was seeing. Not this physical image. I mean the example of having your palm out, and your left hand on your heart space. And also yesterday, the video that I put up yesterday for light workers, I channeled the message of us needing to that light workers are going to be receiving downloads and information and guidance and intuitive messages from energy and energetic beings, and that those downloads are going to change our cellular structure, our DNA, and it's going to go from our crown chakra straight to our heart center, because our heart center is what's going to be able to allow us to ground with this information and filter it out to every part of our being and become one with it, if that makes sense. Okay, so, okay, I'm getting with this card, you are connected to the universe, to the grand matrix, I'm getting the smallest workings of the universe you are a part of. Without you, they don't run as smooth. We need to stop thinking of ourselves as being insignificant. Okay, so this card is saying, Master Jesus is saying that what he was saying was, your role is as divine as you make it. Your role is as big as you make it. It's that every single one of us have a divine role, but it's as much. It's about how much divinity we embody within ourselves, and then how much divinity we embody within our light mission. It's almost that you have to tap into the deepest parts of yourself, the most authentic parts of yourself, and begin to live that. And that is what makes your mission divine. He's basically saying that his role, his purpose wasn't any more divine than the next person's, and I'm being shown like a cock. It's not any more divine than a cock, but he embodied that lifetime. He embodied his journey. He embodied his path towards the light. He embodied his purpose and his role and the reason why he came to earth. He embodied it. I just feel like he knew. Well, then again, he's the Son of God, but he's saying, see, I'm being told that that's the imagery, basically what he's saying, what I'm receiving is that, yes, the Son of God, but not in the way that that we are told it when it comes to Jesus, and the way you may learn it in school. The Son of God in terms of he's an embodiment of us and what we can be. That he's saying there's been many sons of God that walked the earth, but we're all just beings that have embodied our God self, our true self. We're just those that have realized who we are and what we can be. And it's in the realization that made us become, not the becoming that made us become. We became before we become. And what, I know that probably doesn't make sense, but what I'm feeling is that he didn't have to be Jesus, or he didn't have to become Jesus. He had to realize that he was Jesus. You have to feel that message to get the understanding. Okay. So we're moving to Melchizedek. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And as I was saying to myself when moving to Melchizedek, I was feeling this card to say, and I know I'm saying this card as if I'm not connecting to the energy of Jesus, but I mean, this is just how energy is deciding to present themselves. Sometimes they present themselves in a very physical way. Sometimes they present themselves just in feeling and kind of making me feel like they're on my body. But sometimes they present themselves literally, they don't present themselves because obviously I've got the card, but I mean, they will be within the card, if that makes sense, and talk to me through the card. Now, and what I was hearing, was that the Master Jesus card was saying, he's embodying my Father. He's embodying the energy of God, Melchizedek. And I remember that he does have, like, I think, biblical connections, Melchizedek. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Melchizedek, what are you saying? Trust the process. If there's one thing that you've learned about life, or that you should have learned about life by now, is that to trust the process. Is that whenever you've had money struggles, whenever you've had any worry or just any kind of fear that something wasn't going to work out, or that how you're going to get through to the next day, you've always made it to the next day. You've made it to this point. And if you had trust in life, trust in the process of life, trust in the flow of life, there would have been no need for you to be worried about how you're going to get to the next point, because life constantly is flowing. And you're never put in a place that you're not meant to be in. You're never put in a place that is not for your highest good. You may not see it because you may not realize the lesson in the teaching, but you're never put in a place that is not meant to serve you. He's saying to look deeper at your challenges, look deeper at your struggles, look deeper at your suffering. Okay. This is a bit deep, but what I'm getting, because remember, he's embodying the energy of Jesus' Father at the moment within this reading. And what I'm getting is that I'm seeing him look down upon Jesus as he was on earth and seeing him going through all these traumatic things, seeing him being persecuted, seeing people not believe in him, seeing people just chastise him just for expressing his authentic truth. And he's basically saying, do you not think I could have pulled him out? Do you not think I could have kind of just pulled him out of his nightmare, or just pulled him out of the struggle? But he had to look deeper within himself. He had to look deeper within the grand matrix and see that there's a deeper lesson, there's a deeper teaching. And oh my God, what I'm getting was that it's almost like there was a realization that in him observing the life of Jesus was a lesson for himself, and I mean in terms of God or Jesus' Father. And really, I'm getting, and in this instance, Jesus' Father just represents us in a collective way. That makes sense. Sorry, I'm just having realizations within myself. Because Jesus died for us, for our sins, so the Bible says. And he was crucified for all to see. And that was the lesson. Obviously, we know this, but it's just how the messages have came about. It's just making sense to me. That we're meant to look deeper. Look deeper at the suffering. Look deeper at what we're putting another human through. But not just that. He reflects. And I mean Jesus reflects. Again, all the possibilities that we can be. That we could be. Somebody connected to God's source, to authenticity, to consciousness. Or we could be somebody that is beaten and battered and abused and mistreated. And we can be made to be fragile and look fragile and be brittle, but we can be strong and independent and self-reliant and righteous and whole. You know, he represents wholeness. His experience was full of light and dark in every way. And with this forgiveness, and with Melchizedek, the message that I'm getting is to forgive the self. We need to be looking higher. We need to be looking at our issues from a high perspective. Because looking at our issues from a high perspective will provide us healing and clarity. And not just that, it's just that there's a, when you in the you looking at your darkness from a high perspective, that is you forgiving. Because right now, the way energy is making me feel, it's that you are punishing yourself by not looking at your darkness in a from a higher perspective. It's causing more issues for your systems, for our systems, sorry, maybe on a collective level. Okay, so Radha, soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. Well, this is not saying anything new that we've really not been saying in terms of what we were just saying about looking at your darkness from a high perspective. Of course, it's going to provide harmony and healing, and it's going to enable you to have a better relationship with yourself and your emotions and your emotional body. Okay, I'm getting there needs to be a focus on the emotional body. Okay, I'm getting your emotional body is a body in and of itself, like it's a component of itself, but for some reason, the way this card's making me feel is that your emotional body should be able to flow through your other bodies, and I mean like your physical body, your rainbow body, your light body, all these different varied densities of bodies. Your emotional body, it should be able to flow through all of them. Okay, so let's pull one card from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck, and then we'll close our eyes and see if the Godly Trio has a collective message. I'm hearing we always have a collective message. That's why you do the Godly Trio. But and as they're saying that, I'm seeing gold. Sorry, I was seeing gold yesterday as well, actually. Okay, let's just get one card for the Godly Trio. Contemplation. Okay. Contemplation. How does your mind work? Does it work for you or against you? Is the world happening to you or happening for you? Are you witnessing or are you observing? Are you here in the present or are you just living a now moment? Is your glass half full or is your glass half empty? Does 1 plus 1 equal 2? Or does 2 plus 0 equal 2? Silence. A moment to think. A moment to pause. A moment to heal. silence is healing. Silence is a break in time. Silence gives things a chance to rejuvenate. The energy of silence is within your cups when you wait for them to heal. The energy of silence is the process of pregnancy. The energy of silence is the sun and the moon rising and resting. Silence is healing. Silence is a break. Silence is a pause, a chance to think, a chance to heal, a chance to really feel, a chance to contemplate what is important, a chance to shift your perspective, to go beyond. When you have silence, you always go beyond. Silence comes with no expectation. When you're just silent and you have no expectation, you have no bar to set. You just have openness and the ability to receive. You have a human body, so you are all able to receive downloads and messages and guidance and blessings, vibrational blessings. But you have to know it. You have to know that you are capable to receive, because in you stating that you are not able to receive puts a block. Your words are powerful. What you think you know to be true is also powerful. Alongside the truth is obviously powerful, but what you think to be true is also powerful. What you think is what creates your reality, is what shoots out certain frequencies. Your thoughts is what lets the universe know what you are attracting, what you are wanting. Contemplate. Be imaginative. Imagination keeps possibilities alive, keeps inventions alive. Keeps truth alive. We, the godly trio, are grateful for this opportunity to speak through Benji. And the triangle within his mind space. And we put our hands in the middle and share this collective message. And we ask that you put your hands in the middle. And we exchange gratitude with one another. And we take the vibration of gratitude from this moment into our everyday lives. anchor and ground with the love and essence of gratitude. We are blessed. You are blessed. Thank you. Peace and love. Always. Okay. So, I hope these messages help you. I'm just a bit lost for words, to be honest. So, I'm going to leave this video here. I thank Master Jesus, Melchizedek, Radha, my spirit team, and you for being present with me. Peace and love. Ashe.